Okay. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Maeve. So I pulled my hamstring on Friday night playing soccer with Cade. It's awesome. It's awesome. But it did make me take a step back, and I did forget that I didn't take Advil today. But I've actually really, really taken care of this injury because the last time I did this was in the beginning of COVID, and I was running suicides at the park. So again, something silly. Like, why would I need to do that? And I pulled my hamstring then as well. So lucky for you, you're going to be the receiving side of me on this injury. But we all need this work. We actually all need this work that we're about to do because I probably wouldn't have hurt myself. That's not true. I probably would have still. But I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not in college playing soccer anymore, thinking that I still got trick moves and whatnot. I'm going to keep believing that I do. We are going to start on our backs. Strap or towel or something. And if you don't have something, a shirt, I know you've got something. If you don't have something, you're just going to hold your leg, and it's completely fine. So lying down, taking the strap into the foot or whatever apparatus you are using. If you don't have something, you're holding your leg wherever you want. And then we're going to do this a few times with the breath. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to exhale, bend the knee. You're going to inhale, extend the leg, push away, and then bend the knee. Keep moving like that with your breath. So starting to settle into your breath and coordinate this very subtle movement with your breathing. And I just reversed my breath without even realizing I did. So now I'm exhaling, straightening my leg, and inhaling, bending your knee. I actually don't really care where you place the breath as long as you're breathing with the movement. And you can actually play with that. You can kind of flip it and see what feels better to you. And then we're going to hold the leg out. You're going to push to the ball of the foot. I'm going to draw the toes back. And then push to the ball of the foot. And then draw the toes back. Do that a few more times. I'm actually going to just glide my arms down. You can have your arms up or down, but I'm just bringing them down so maybe you can see my leg a little better without the blockage of my arms. And you're going to hold in pretty neutral ankle, so somewhere kind of in between that, and then pushing your foot into the strap. And then maybe the leg draws in a little bit, but you continue to push the foot away. So there's equal opposition here. So now we're asking our hamstring to do some work in the lengthened position. You're pushing your foot up and a little bit away from you, and the arms are not letting the leg move. And then keeping that contraction, push the leg away to release it down. And then just take a moment. You'll switch your legs and you'll draw your left leg up. So this is my owie side. You're going to bend and straighten. Couple more. And then you'll hold the leg straight. I'm going to press to the ball of the foot. I'm going to draw the toes back. And you'll do that a few times. Press the toes away, ball of the foot away, and then draw back. And I'm going to find a neutral ankle and then push into the strap. And your arms just serve to kind of give your leg something to push against. So pushing the leg up, the foot up and away from you. And then the arms don't let that leg move or leave. And then that might translate to moving a little bit closer in. So as many of you probably already know, it's my birthday week this week. Happy birthday to me. You don't even need to say it. Happy birthday to me. And if there's anything that age can give us, hopefully it's wisdom. I always joke and say I'm dumber now than when I was younger, which is kind of true. But there's also knowledge that we retain over the years, and the years give us insight into things. So yeah, knowledge. And for the number of times I've banged up my hamstrings, I refuse to have like a year-long process of healing right now. Whereas when I was younger, it was like just hammer through it and keep pushing it because time was on my side, right? And I also thought like, I'll heal in a week if I just keep stretching it. Not so. So in this approach to our body, I'm going to make it very personal today because I've got this little injury, but we always have something, right? If it's not this hamstring, it's something else. There's days we feel like we could fly, right? Where everything just feels right. But for the most part, if you really scan your body, there's always something begging for a little attention. And what knowledge can you bring into that sensation? You're going to push the foot away into whatever you're using, hand, strap, towel. Put the foot down and then just release. Take a few breaths here. Just feel both sides. And then bend your knees. Press your feet down. Imagine you could pull your feet toward your shoulders. So again, we're asking the hamstrings to kind of contract a little bit here. Stretch your knees forward. Keep pulling the heels back. You can even reach back, down, back down somewhere to tap on your hamstrings to see that they're awake. And you're pulling the heels toward your shoulders. Bridge pose. Outer shins gently in. Fronts of the shoulders start to draw open. Keep pulling the heels toward your shoulders. Wake up the hamstrings. Lengthen the tail. Allow the front of the hips to open. Allow the quadriceps to lengthen. Use your glutes and your hamstrings to support you up. So your hamstrings are like creating this bridge shape, this lift up. This glutes are holding us there. They're driving us up. They're giving us support here. Think about actually shortening up the hamstrings by pulling the heels toward your shoulders. Yes, we are still in this pose. A couple more breaths here. And then releasing down. Hug your knees into your chest. Stretch your legs out. Come on up into boat pose. Good. Good. You're going to bring your right shin forward. You're going to get your shin pretty much parallel to the top of your mat. And then you're taking your left shin and making it pretty much parallel to the side of your mat. So you've got like a 90-degree angle and a 90-degree angle, and that's roughly 90 degrees. Do not feel like you have to be precise here. You're going to come forward, and you're going to turn open to the left. You're going to come forward, and then turn open to the left. And then maybe you don't need to use your hands. You might still need to use your hands, but maybe you can move without the hands. This is the problem with practicing at home, right? I just noticed a smudge on my frame, on my picture. And a la mom style, I licked my thumb and cleaned it off. Yeah, that's what I just did. Had I not been teaching, I would have gotten up. I would have gotten a rag and started to clean the whole thing, and then my whole practice would have been like totally bypassed, right? I know the challenges of practicing at home. I got mad respect for y'all. Yeah, I'm held accountable because I'm leading the thing, but if I wasn't, I'm telling you, wet rag, I would have cleaned that whole damn thing. Not a priority, right? But it's funny how we prioritize things that really don't matter in that moment. oh, I'm going to forget if I don't do it now. Who cares, right? So do not go get your vacuum cleaner right now because you just noticed a dust bunny that has escaped you until now. Last one here. Come back around through center. Bring that left leg back around. Reset. And then boat pose. Beautiful. And then left shin parallel to the top of the mat. Right shin parallel to the side of your mat. And then coming forward and coming back. Yes. And as you move, you look amazing. As you move here, you might decide you don't need your hands. Couple more. Come back around through center. Bring that right shin back around. Whole leg, not just the shin. Reset. One more boat pose here. And then downward facing dog. Step back. Inhale, glide forward to plank. Lower to your belly. Stretch your feet back, stretch your hands back, Shalabhasana. Press back, downward facing dog. Glide forward, plank. Lower down. Reach back, bend your knees. Don't touch your feet. Downward facing dog. Glide forward, plank. Lower down. Reach back, bend your knees. Don't touch your feet. Lift your feet up higher. Pull your heels toward your glutes. Don't touch your hands to your feet. Downward facing dog. Right leg back, inhale. Open your hips if it feels good. Bend the right knee, pull your foot toward your tailbone. Lift your right knee a little higher, and then lift your left shoulder a little higher. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Keep the knee bent. Inhale back, lift straight up the center, and then place your right foot forward. Left hand stays down, right hand to the sky. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Good. Turn your toes to the right. You can move your right foot back a little further if that feels better on your hip. Modified Vashisthasana. Push into the feet. Lift, 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 lift. And then sink the hips down. Push and lift. And then sinking down. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, sink. Come all the way around. Straighten the front leg. Lift the right toes if it's okay. Doesn't matter how long or short your stance is here. You can adjust it however you want. Bend the front knee back to plank, breath in. Belly down, exhale. Curl your feet up toward your hips. Reach back. Don't take your feet. Maybe lace your hands behind your hips. Don't take your feet. Pull your feet in closer. Yes. One more inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg back. Inhale. If it feels good, open up the hips. And then bend the left knee with purpose. Pull the foot toward your tailbone. Lift the knee a little higher, and then lift the right shoulder up. So instead of dropping the shoulder down, lift it up. Knee goes a little higher. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to your left elbow. Keep the knee bent. I didn't say this in the first side. Open back up. I did it, but I didn't say it. And then knee comes across. Come back straight down the center. Keep that heel in toward your sitting bone. And then place your foot forward. Right hand stays down, left hand to the sky, expanding open. Pull your feet toward each other. I know I say this all the time. Gosh, I'm so annoying, huh? Press your feet down, scissor your legs toward each other. So you get that sense of the front foot pulling back, the back foot pulling forward, and the inner thighs start to engage and draw in toward each other too, even though they're not even close to each other. And then your toes turn to the left. And if you need to adjust this foot back, go for it. And then push into the feet to lift up. You've got a few breaths here. Pushing the ground away. Outer hip. Hopefully you feel a little something, something there in a good way. And then drop down. And then rise up. And release. And rise. And release. And rise, come around, and then straighten the front leg. Draw your feet toward each other energetically. Push down and squeeze in. Last inhale. Bend the knees, step back, plank. Breath in. Chaturanga or the floor. And then cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. With your exhale, pause and breathe. Drop your heels, let your hips rise up real high. Front ribs gently toward the back ribs. Palm to the ground. Yes. Check in with your breath. Soft, steady, even breath. Use this pose not as a resting pose, but a check-in moment. A moment in this pose to check in with your breath, to check in with your mind, to check in with your body. How are you feeling here? Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Come halfway, inhale. And then fold with your exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. And then draw your hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, your back bend. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, knees bend. Look forward, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, heart to sky. Down dog, exhale. Rise to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Have I said lately how much I love Surya Namaskara, eh? Inhale, rise up, I sure do. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Lift the heels. Bend your knees at the end of your exhale, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Rise, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Inhale to your toes. Bend your knees, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Halfway, inhale. Take it back, chaturanga. Rise, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Toes, inhale. Stretch back, exhale, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, chair. Inhale, rise up, right knee lifts up. Exhale, cross the ankle, sit. Inhale, rise up, left hand to your right knee, twist. Maybe take the foot, maybe. Notice that your leg does not have to straighten, but it might. And then kind of channel that energy of pushing the foot away and using the arm as your brace. I love this song. Inhale, come back up through center. Rebend the knee. Tip forward, tip forward, tip forward. Bend your left leg. Stretch your right foot to the back of your mat. Virabhadrasana too. Yeah. Good. Give yourself a long stance. Push the hands away. Pull the fingertips toward your cheekbones. Find your center. And then push the fingertips down and send energy like out your fingertips. That's the sound. One more breath in. Bring your right hand to the ground. Come up onto your right toes. And then easy twist to the left. We've been here. And then turn the toes, sink down, and rise up. Good. Bring your left hand down. Step your left foot back. Take your left hand to your right ankle or your calf. And you can shorten your stance a little here if you feel like it gives you a better shot at actually getting there. Twisting to the right. And then you're gonna see if you can keep this right leg. So bend your knee. See if you can keep your right leg. You're gonna shift onto the right hand. The left heel is gonna turn to the center of your mat. So you've got your foot, and then maybe kick the foot out. I know I'm turned away from you, but I've got this leg forward. And then three-legged dog. Right heel to your sitting bone, just like we did in the very beginning. Lift the knee higher, and then step your right foot forward. Pull your heart forward, step right into chair. So even here in chair, imagine you could shorten your sitting bones a little bit to the back of your knees and wake up the hamstrings just a little. You're not going to get it the same way you would be if you were curling your back behind you, but get a little sense of that here. And then left knee lifts up. And then cross your ankle and sit. Beautiful, yes. So listen, you're gonna take your right hand either to your left foot or to your knee, and you'll come up. And like I said, you can take the foot and not straighten that left leg. And then we start to twist. Energize your arms. I know there's so much emphasis on the legs here. Energize your arms. Yes. Yes. And then rebend the leg if it's straight. And then just start to tip over this right leg. I'm just going to take a little hop forward so I've got room on my mat. And then stretch your left leg back. I was moving all over the place. Warrior two. Don't make me do the sound effects. Reach the hands out. And then fingertips down. It's like lightning beams out each one of your fingers. I know I've said this before in class. Keep going. It's probably been a while. I still think this. When I was little, I really believed I was going to have like superpowers. Like I'd be able to move things telepathically, you know? I don't know what that's called when you can do that. Someone will tell me. I still think like I can. So feel that. I want you to feel that way right now. Let your kid feel like, yes, I can do that. You have a few more breaths here in Warrior Two. If your stance is not long, I want you to make it longer and go a little deeper. And then bring the hands around. Left hand to the ground. Come up on the left toes. And if your stance is too long, then you just fix it. Good. Take a couple breaths here. Turn all your toes to the right. Sink down. And then lift up. Bring this hand down. Step your right foot back. Take your right hand to your left ankle, your calf, whatever you can get. And then bend the left knee. See if you can keep this foot. Turn the right heel in. And then maybe take this left leg out. Pushing the foot into the hand pulls back on the foot. Yes. And then knee bends, three-legged dog. Curl that heel into your sitting bone. And then step your foot forward. Good. Pull forward in the heart. And then share. Take a breath in. Rise up, right knee. Cross the ankle, sink down. And then rise up and twist. Yes. Release. Lean over. Warrior Two. Pause, take a breath. Good. Bring the hands around. Good. Easy twist. Pivot the feet. Sink down. Rise up. Come around. Step that left foot back. Right hand comes to your, left hand comes to your right leg. Bend the right knee. Come forward. Extend the leg, maybe. Maybe start to take it overhead. And then three-legged dog. Curl the heel into your sitting bone on that lifted leg. Place your foot forward. Now listen, hands into your heart. Pick up your left leg, curl your heel toward your sitting bone, and then start to straighten your front leg. So dancer's pose without any hands here. Or if you want to think of it as like a bent leg, warrior three, whatever helps for you. And then left knee lifts up, rise up. Cross the ankle, sit. Right hand to left leg, twist. Bend the knee, release, lean forward. Stretch your left leg back, warrior two. Breath in, left hand down. Right hand up, easy twist. Pivot the feet, sink. Rise. Come around. You're gonna step your right foot back. Maybe you don't even put your right hand down. Take your right hand to your left leg. Twist. Bend your left knee, bring that leg forward. Maybe start to kick it out. Good. And then three-legged dog. Left heel to your sitting bone. Good. And then step your foot forward. Come on up into warrior three. Bend that back knee. Curl the heel toward your sitting bone. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. And then right knee lifts up. Cross your ankle. Sit down. We're going to take an extra beat here. If you want, you can take this into an arm balance, but you don't have to. Hands go forward, a good foot in front of that foot. So don't bring the hands right on top of your standing leg. Take the hands forward. Lift your butt up, come into your left toes. And then maybe float that left leg up. You're wrapping your right toes around the left arm. Come back out the way you came in. Left hand to right foot. Twist. Yes. Come back around. Lean over. Stretch it back. Warrior two. Breath in. Right hand down. Twist to the left. And then turn the toes, sink. Rise up. Maybe keep your left hand up as you step back and take your left hand to your right ankle. Bend the right knee. Come around, extend that leg, maybe kick it overhead. Three-legged dog, heel to sitting bone. Step the right foot forward. Pick up the left leg, curl the heel to the sitting bone, lift up. And then left knee to chest. Cross the ankle. Stay here, maybe bring the hands forward and down. Wrap the left foot. Come out how you came in. Right hand to left foot. Twist. Release the knee. Lean over. Take your time on this transition. Warrior two. Breath in. Left hand down and twist. And then sink. Rise up. Maybe keep this right hand up as you step the right foot back, then take the left leg. Bend the knee, take it out. And then three-legged dog. Left heel to sitting bone. Step the left foot forward. Right heel to right sitting bone. Rise up to stand, place your feet, pause and breathe. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Knee down the center, place your foot forward. Blocks if you want. Straighten the front leg, stay high in the back toes. Front foot pulls back, back foot pulls forward. So you're pulling the feet like you want to bring them together standing. Like if you had socks on a wood floor, you could pull your feet together. Good, you're gonna stay on the back toes, but if you need to, you can put your heel down for a more classical version of revolve triangle. Left hand is gonna stay down and we turn open. Good. So sometimes it's just nice to take a spacious version of this twist where you don't have to worry about trying to pull the back hip around, which you don't need to do anyway, really, if the heel is down, but keeping the hand wide, giving yourself space to actually twist. With the heel up, it creates a little bit of a balance pose. So pulling the feet toward each other to keep that nice and strong. Of course, if you want this to be deeper, you can take the hand to the outside of the foot. Make it what you want. Last breath in. And then release your hand down. Left knee comes to the ground. Walk your right foot wider. Bring your hands behind your right foot. So like your right foot top of the mat, your hands are more toward the back of the mat than your foot. Slide your knee inside of your shoulder. Pull your heart forward. Take your gaze forward. And then just see if you can hug the knee into your arm. Good. Staying here. Upper back rounds a little bit. Elbows draw in. And then sweep the right leg back. You're on hands and knees. Adjust your hands forward so they're under your shoulders. Beautiful. Bend the back leg. Curl the heel toward your sitting bone. Take the left arm forward. Without taking hold of your foot, take the left arm back. Keep pulling the heel in. Left forearm comes down. Right forearm comes down. Left toes tuck. Straighten out that left leg. Keep that right heel curled into your sitting bone. Come really high into your left toes. Look toward your hands. You can bend your left knee if you need to. Take a breath in, and then just pop up onto your hands and chaturanga. Release your hands. Release your foot down. Rise, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Smooth out your breath. Take a moment. Left leg back, inhale. Down the center, exhale. Good. Blocks if you want. Straighten both legs. Your feet are pushing down, but that's not all they're doing. They're pressing down. You're grounding your energy down, and then you're drawing them toward each other energetically. It's not a 90% effort. It's not a 75% effort. It's like a 60% effort, maybe a 50% effort. So that it's sustainable. Come really high into the back toes. Right hand stays where it is, and then twist to the left. And then, of course, you are welcome to find your version if this kind of unconventional revolved triangle doesn't appeal to you. It's not that unconventional, by the way. It's like barely unconventional. And unconventional has kind of become conventional. So there, it's pretty normal. Let's just say that. But if you're a purist and you have to have your heel down and your hand outside the left foot, go for it. And I'm not saying that in a chastising way. FYI. And then release your hand down. Put your back knee down. Good. You can use blocks for this next thing if you want. It makes it a little tricky. I never think to use them, but you 100% can. It's just harder to get your shoulder inside your knee. So I'm actually going to show you in case you want to. Your hands come back, your knee comes inside. It does give you more lift here. So, and you can also get into it and then take the leg up. So hugging that left leg in, pushing down, elbows hug in a little bit. Your upper back is rounded, a little bit like cat's pose. And then pull the heart forward. Inhale, left leg goes back. Bend your left knee, pull your heel toward your sitting bone. Right arm goes forward. You're not taking the foot, you're just reaching the hand back. Almost like you could push your hand and your foot against each other, and actually you're welcome to do that. Instead of grabbing the foot and pushing away, you can push your foot into your hand if you want. But that's the energy of pulling that foot toward your sitting bone. Good. Release the right arm around. Forearm comes down. Left forearm comes down. Right toes tuck, lift, and keep the heel pulling into the sitting bone. And then bend your front knee. Look forward. Take a breath in. Pop up to plank. Chaturanga. Rise, inhale. And downward facing dog with your exhale. Really, really nice. Smooth out your breath. Check in. Check in with your breath. Check in with your body, your mind, your state of being, your happiness, your irritation, your apathy. I don't know. Whatever it is you're feeling. Don't judge it. Just touch base with yourself. Inhale, lift your heels high. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Hold with your exhale. Rise, inhale. Draw your hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, chair. Sink down, hands come to the ground. Hands go forward, knees to triceps, crow pose. Tipping forward, maybe the feet lift up, pull the big toes together. And you're going to try to do this simultaneously. Your right foot's coming to the ground, your left leg is stretching back, half moon here. Good. So we're not going to take the foot, we're going to bend the left leg and pull the heel toward the sitting bone any amount. As you do that, for me, I start to do this jobby, right? And it's fine, but try to draw the front ribs in. Try to pull the belly in any amount that you're not just falling open. Good, come back around, bend your left knee, or keep your left knee bent, bend your right knee, keep your left knee bent, bring your left knee down toward your right calf, and then extend the left leg out. So the pinky side of the foot is down, and then send your hips back a little bit. Push into that pinky side like you're in Vashisthasana. Pull your heart forward. Inhale, lift the legs, standing splits, melting down. Option to stay there. Option, give yourself some space, turn to a wall if you want, and we'll take some lifts for handstand. And then chair, top of the mat. Good, come down, hands come down. Reach the hands forward, lift your hips high, and then move your knees to your triceps. And then maybe your feet just pick up because you're already in the right position. Keep the gaze moving forward. We're going to try to do this simultaneously. You're going to stretch your right foot back, your left foot comes to the ground. Half moon. Bending the top leg, but not taking the foot. Gently drawing the front ribs and the belly back. Check in with that hamstring. So you've got your top leg, your right leg, hamstring is shortening. Standing leg, left leg, hamstring is lengthening. They're both working. They're both working. Good. Bend your knees. And then come around. Take your right knee toward your left calf and then extend that right foot out and push, push, push the pinky side of the foot down. And then kind of rock your hips back a little bit. Forward. Really nice. One more inhale. And then opening up. Standing splits. If you want, work in handstand instead. Move yourself to a wall if you want. Not slick. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Back to chair. Sink down, lie down. Actually, if you have blocks, grab them. If you don't worry about it. Blocks wider than your feet. Feet on top. I'm sorry, wider than your hips. Wider than your feet. Wider than your hips. Feet on top. Bridge up. Release down. Repeating bridge or upward facing bow. If you love the blocks, keep them. If you don't love them, just lose them. Rise up. Release out. Knees up. Reach the legs forward. Low boat. Boat pose. Cross your shins, hands and knees. And then rise up. Blocks are great here. Put them by your feet. Shorten belly button to pubic bone. Hands come to your heart. Shorten belly button to pubic bone. Sternum to belly button. Good. Lean back. Good. Lean back. Hips, hamstrings working here. Hands come back and then open up. Ustrasana. Hi, little. He comes like meowing from the other side of the house the whole way. Like, what? Are we doing yoga and you didn't tell me? Like my schedule changed or something. Good, now listen. Shorten the front of your body. Engage your glutes. And then rise up. Good, hands and knees. Dolphin. Come here. And then one more camel. Bring your knees down. We'll go in the same way. Blocks if you want. Lean back, straight spine. Reach back, heels or blocks, hamstrings, whatever, hips, and then open. So this is a pretty deep position if you've got your hands to your heels. To come out of this, you might need to release your hands from your heels, then neutralize, pull the belly in, and then rise up, and then dolphin again. Child's pose is a great alternative to dolphin. Option to take your right leg up to the sky. You can move yourself to the wall if you want. Maybe take a couple little hops here for Pincha Mayurasana. And then switch the leg. Some days this pose just feels so easy and I'm like, why would I ever struggle in it? Like you just float up and you're there. And then other days it's like, how do I ever do this pose? Ever. That might be today. It might be today. Definitely today. And then everyone's a child's pose. Then when the stars align with some kind of peace, I know I'm loved by either way. Where did you go? You're going home. And then around to sitting. Really good work, y'all. All right, options, options, options. Seated, crossed at the shins. Seated, stacked shins. If you like Gomukhasana, if you need something else, you could be here. This is actually wonderful. Actually, it's really quite lovely. So that's a good option. Find something. You don't have to be still here. You can move however you need to, or not at all. Stillness is a wonderful thing, trust me, right? But sometimes you gotta kind of move into the pose and test different waters to see like, oh, right, that's where I need the attention. So for me today, I need to take my chest toward my top foot. That's where I need the attention. Come back through center. If you're not in this position or you're not cross-legged, you can stay where you are or you can meet us here. The direction we're going to go, so if your shin is on top or your shin is in front, you're going to go toward that knee and take a side bend. So away from the foot that's in front or on top. And then we'll rise. And then switch the legs. And then same thing. You can be completely still and just love being here and quiet. I have little Mr. Fur in my mouth. Or you can kind of move around, see what greets you on this side, see where you need the attention. And then rather than moving the whole time, looking for a place that feels like a good place to kind of pause and take some time. Beautiful. Ideally, approach each pose as a living, breathing entity. It's not stagnant. It's not just, even when it visually appears to be still, it's not still in the sense of there's very subtle changes happening over the duration of being in a posture. And allowing for those changes, not getting caught up in just being like a statue. Rise up. And we'll do the same thing. So you're going to go away from the top or front foot. Mm-hmm. And then you'll rise up. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. And then rise back up. And we're going to finish with a seated meditation. If you have an aversion to that, find a position that works. Maybe it's legs up the wall. Maybe it's lying down in Shavasana. But if you're okay, we're going to finish seated today. I'm putting a block under my hips because it makes it more accessible to me. Do what you need to do. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Allow your eyes to soften. Allow your jaw to soften. Allow your breath to soften. So when we're seated, we don't get that full kind of like surrender that you get in Shavasana, but you can tap into that same energy of releasing, of doing just enough to hold your body upright, and just melting the areas that don't need to work. Notice your seat. Notice your hands, your arms. Notice your heartbeat, the ease of your breath. And with your next inhale, bring your hands together at your heart. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, bow mind to heart. Inhale, rise, eyes open gently. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday.